to be able to enter into and to make our home in, to abide in the love that God has for us. And that's the securing factor. Truth is all fortifying that God loves you. The Father loves you. The Father, as Jesus said, the Father himself loves you. And there is at some point in time going to need to be an agreement that comes from you and me, that we actually have to submit and surrender to that love, that when we read about it, then that we coach our souls into agreement with this. And I've done this with our congregation a number of different times, where I've just said, let's just take a deep breath, and then as we exhale, say to the Lord, you love me. You love me. John writes it this way in 1 John 3. He says, see what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. You are greatly loved by God. But at some point, you are going to need to start the trend of agreeing with that love, of opening up your heart, the relational circuitry of your heart, of opening up your heart to him and allowing that love to come in and do the work that it's supposed to, that you're loved and you have to agree with it. And that sounds a little almost foolish to say that, because it just seems like, well, of course we agree with it. But actually, the human soul has all kinds of defense mechanisms and all kinds of walls and all kinds of things that we put up that keep the love of God from coming in and doing its necessary work in us. And this, forgiving our dads is part of that disassembling the apparatus that is keeping the love of God from coming into our heart. But it doesn't mean that you're still agreeing with the fact that you are loved by God, that you're deeply loved by God, that you and that your soul needs that, and that's your soul's food. So I want to ask you today to take some time, and in the next number of days, to take some time and to let down your guard with the Lord and agree that you are deeply loved.